Whoa! Whoa! Mic check.
We'll get that intro down eventually.
We're not sure what we actually did before an intro, so I just sort of do this.
Yeah, we never never have done a dedicated intro for the series.
I forgot what I'm supposed to do now, actually, so am I supposed to talk to Oren? Oh, I'm supposed to talk to Oren. Okay.
I forget. Hang on, I'm trying to... Oh, for Pete's sakes, come on. Forgive me, Joel, your feed is not coming in.
What's wrong, Sora?
Oh, Oren's in trouble. It's like Hades.
We are going, right?
Yep, we're on air.
Some kind of a statue. You know something?
Why am I not saying it?
Sounds kind of familiar.
Maybe you... I'll check on my end.
Hades maybe
Yeah, it's not coming through.
To hold Oren's free will hostage.
It's on my end.
See if you
Yep,
can find
it's working on my end, Cole, so...
Maybe somewhere in the underworld.
Let me sign out and then my YouTube. You just go ahead and start while I try to figure this out.
It's working on my end, Cole, so... Yep.
Mute it.
I'll fight Oren in the
Sorry.
final.
So we're good.
One on one. Oh, you.
I just think
Oh,
your
imagine.
computer is cruddy.
I mean, no, YouTube's been kind of dodgy.
Just hurry back.
I don't know if anyone manages to come on. Let me know if YouTube's been acting kind of dodgy recently. I see, for whatever reason, do I have to go to something else now?
Just refresh, Cole.
That'll drive the crowd wild. It better. I promised the crowd the event of their afterlives.
Come on, you stupid. Really?
Cole, it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I can't particularly monitor. Go on your own way. There we go. Okay, there we go. Great. There we go. Only took a couple of minutes. Colon, Joel. Colon. Remember, colon, not a semicolon.
Ah, well, too late. I'm using semicolons. This podcast uses semicolons. The heck with them colons.
You can always fix it in post later anyway. I don't know why, but YouTube's notifications have been a little dodgy recently.
Everything YouTube stinks.
Recently, even more so. Then actually, I just forgot about something, Joel. They recently actually just fully upgraded the the creator studio. They switched to the beta version.
Cool. I've been watching a lot of funny Let's Player videos, and every time there's like a questionable thing in a game, the guy, or well, normally guy, sadly, the guy doing the play is always like, oh boy, there goes my demonetization.
Yeah, it's so good. That's a great thing to see on Twitch. Occasionally, you'll see someone post a very questionable thing, and you're like, "All right, people, see you in 24 hours."
It's like up and demonetized.
For Twitch, it's banned. You get suspended for 24 hours. So that's the thing. So people on Twitch, don't be posting a bunch of porn or copyrighted content. Actually, you can strip on Twitch, I believe.
Don't say that. Not
No, I
true.
say that because I think there's a stripper following on Twitch, I believe.
How do you know that?
Have you never been on Twitch, Joel?
Just for a few little Minecraft live streams.
Believe me. Also, unfortunately, a lot of the gaming commentaries I've watched tend to talk about a lot of stuff like that, and a lot of controversy surrounding that. So that's something that Twitch has to deal with. Then again, the thing Twitch has been dealing with recently is ninja walking.
Ninja walking?
Ninja was the highest watched Twitch streamer.
Never heard of him.
Oh well, you'll probably occasionally hear about him. He really rose to prominence. He's actually, Joel, he's the reason Fortnite became such a big craze. He's the reason Fortnite really took off like it did, and it really took off when he did a play with Drake, the rapper.
Oh, interesting.
Drake just hopped on his stream like, yeah, let's play some Fortnite, and thus his views just skyrocketed. And he just left Twitch, I believe, a week ago. Actually, no. he left Twitch to go to a thing for Mixer. Mixer paid him I think $100 million to get him.
Yikes.
Yeah, so he's making big bucks, and he's also highly popular. And almost anyone on Twitch knows about him. He's kind of like the PewDiePie of Twitch.
Oh, joy. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Well, a bit more of a, what should I say, a bit more of a user-friendly version.
Gotcha.
Yeah, PewDiePie, I think PewDiePie has said some racist stuff in the past, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Come on.
I should really get into Twitch.
Yeah, you could probably make a good following.
I probably could if I dedicate it. Actually, I'm getting ready to go into the semester. I'm going to. That's probably not going to happen. So, excited for that new No Man's Sky update.
What's gonna be in it?
They're multiplayer. They're adding VR. They're adding mounts so you can ride some of the creatures.
Ooh, cool.
Also, a lot of the alien creatures, the sentient alien creatures, the one you can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
They now roam the planets.
Ooh. Nice.
And now they've added something called the Nexus, which is essentially a hub area for all the people playing the game. Hey, Zexian.
That's not Zexian. Oh, right.
Huh?
Oh, you're
Yeah. So yeah, the Nexus has been added. So essentially, it's a hub area.
Well, that's cool.
So apparently a lot more too. So and that comes out on the 14th of August. So very soon, actually. I think No Man's Sky is the type of game that VR could really go hand in hand with.
That's cool. Woo! Yeah. So I've been working on my chain memory stuff after yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going good.
Going good.
This is the part of the live stream where we're warming up poke time.
Well, we'll just have conversations eventually.
Don't worry, don't worry, we gotta build up to this, folks. You can't just have the interesting conversations out. Actually, I'll know when the conversations are start, because this stream we're gonna have to go to Agrabah, Joel.
Got it.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It is not too late.
Oh yeah, we get dialogue from Final Fantasy X that has no context here.
There must be another way. Your deaths will mean nothing. You must live.
Tidus must have some very interesting conversations with Sora after this.
I get it. This is
If he
what
act-
in Orin's heart.
Considering how the worlds are all set up, I highly doubt this version of Tidus even knows.
Yeah.
Well, there are now world timelines, so
Stronger.
I guess, and maybe there's another version of Tidus somewhere, I guess. And the fact that we deal with the fact that Auron has essentially died trying to avenge his friends. Spoilers. And I guess there's maybe a timeline. Yuna, I guess. Because Yuna's also in this game.
somebody said that the world timeline interferes why Union Cross and Chi are different. I don't.
I guess, to be fair, I know very little about the original Chi stuff, so I don't know. Plus, I believe the concept of the world lines has not been fully, unless Union Cross has stated something, then I have no clue. The world line stuff is still up for discussion. At least in how it interconnects.
This scene never made any sense to me.
Yeah, it's useless.
I feel
It's
like
filler.
no, I mean like I feel like they're trying to set something up here, and they never went with it.
I think that maybe they were, but then it just became filler. There's nobody's here because reasons. Like Red said, because reasons.
Reasons. Always the best reason is reasons.
Well, to be fair, there was supposed to be there was apparently a Organization 13 in the Agrabah world, except we just don't know who the hell it was.
Yeah.
Very well have been Syax. Who knows? Speaking of Syax, shout out to him in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Always shout out to. Alright, let's go help Hercules.
I really loved what they did with Syax in that game. I also love his new look.
Yeah.
Or Isa's new look. I also love Lee's and Shion's new look. Out of all of them, I think Shion looks the coolest.
I love the idea. I love people joking how in Kingdom Hearts 3, being a nobody automatically makes you a psychopath. Because once you get your heart back, all the goodness comes back.
Well, to be fair, they all had hearts all along, Joel. Don't you remember Dream Drop?
But they were Norded.
That is true. So once you get the Nort, you can't.
Prisoner, what happened to our mutual agreement? I can give you a clean slate.
I am amazed that Hades somehow. It's amazing how much Hades fails, yet he's the most persistent of the bunch.
I mean, he's a god, so it's like him failures, like on small scale, is always sort of
Yeah.
inconsequential.
You know what's funny, Joel? We only see Zeus in 3. We only see him. We see none of the others.
Yeah.
We don't even see Hera, I believe.
I was hoping Wonder Boy would lose.
I don't remember.
Still a fair fight.
I don't want to know what Hera's up to.
I do love this boss battle, by the way.
Yeah, it's good. Well, it's because it's a Disney battle.
By the way, make sure to set Auron's abilities again,
It's about to stop. Wanna know why?
because they're not automatically set when you get them back. So you go to the ability menu and do all that,
Gotcha.
and you'll get a chance to do so in just a second. So don't close out of the menu right away. Damsel in distress, Meg again.
Hmm.
You know what's funny, Joel?
I warned you
What?
right at the get-go.
I love that in 1 they couldn't get Hercules' original voice actor, but for the rest they're like, oh yeah, now we...
Baby the money.
Oh, Meg!
Maybe. I think it's Hercules' original voice actor in 2. I also love it took 3 games for Hercules to finally become a full-on party member.
Well, you still got us to deal with.
That took a lot longer than it probably should have.
Indeed it.
He's a fun party member, actually.
Alright, let's switch out Goofy or...
I would go, yeah, and remember set Auron's abilities.
Ooh, you're right.
Yeah. Trust me, I learned. I'm like, oh yeah, he's not doing oh yeah, oops. Once more. You gotta want once more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can just equip everything. Come on.
Oh, Goofy doesn't have any of his abilities either.
Was it not?
Uh-uh.
Or have you just never equipped them? Oh, you know why? Actually, you know why that's the case, Joel? Because he technically did die.
It's true. Let's see what it is.
You will want once more, Joel.
Oh, you're right. You can have once more.
I take teamwork off. You don't particularly need teamwork. Auron's limit should be more than enough.
I think your Donald's equipped with stuff. Okay, Donald's equipped more or less. Good.
Well, remember, Donald doesn't die until...
That's true. Hang on, folks. Technical difficulties have arrived. Hopefully on his end and not mine. So we're just gonna get him back in if we're still going. Ooh, I hope this is just his problem. Let's check if we're still going. We're still going. We're still going. Alright, good. Alrighty, hang on. Oh. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, we're back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Thankfully, we're still going. Okay, I have to remember how to do
Yeah,
Hades.
at first I thought I'm like, oh shit, the stream's gone. But no, we're good. I have an idea. Let's see if that might have been. Okay, nope, we're good. We're good. So what were we talking about before?
We were talking about how the world that all the members die on at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3
Oh
also.
yeah, I was saying, oh yeah, remember before Donald Zetta's himself to death?
Well, it's funny how Goofy's in the frozen world.
I think a true hero.
And somebody said that's because he hasn't gotten over the fact that he's a widower. His heart's still frozen. His heart's still frozen. And his son's missing.
Life from eggs, and then I remembered. A true hero is measured by the strength of his heart.
Moral lesson. Kingdom Hearts 3 did the Kingdom Hearts 3 did the whole redo the movie things way much better.
People always do
Well, that's because they
crazy
just do the
things
movie.
when
They don't try to tiptoe around it. To be fair, we also did get Let It Go.
Hey, that was actually pretty good.
It was. It's actually better quality than the movie because they got rid of a glitch from the movie, and it's in a higher frame rate.
It's like we have it like watching all the Tangled moments. It's like the ending with Eugene and Rapunzel. It's like, oh, okay, this is like way better. Like this actually feels like the movie.
Yeah. I do wish we had gotten I See the Light. To be fair, I learned this later, Joel. Mandy Moore is not in 3,
Yeah, I know that.
which I find really. I guess that's part of the reason they didn't do the song because I guess maybe they. Actually, yeah, they would have needed Mandy Moore for that.
They got a great, you know, impersonator though.
They did. And to be fair, they did get Elsa's original voice actress, so I think that her actress would be a lot more willing to do that. I find it weird that Mandy Moore wasn't up for 3, considering she's been in Kingdom Hearts in the past.
I find it interesting because she does the voice in the TV series.
Yeah, and she was Aerith in Kingdom Hearts 1, believe it or not.
Holy.
So then again, they did change a lot of actors post 1. They definitely changed Sephiroth. They definitely changed Aerith. They changed Leon's as well. Leon's played by a different voice actor in 2, and the voice actor in 2 is the one who's played him ever since.
I like the voice actor in 2 quite a bit.
I do too. Or also that person that Doug Earl I don't know how you say his last name, but he's also a pretty acclaimed voice actor. He's in a lot of stuff. He's also the voice of Leona or Squall in Dissidia. Hang in there, Joel. You're fine.
Good thing I have once more.
Believe me, once more saves your ass in this mode. Even across all the Disney bosses and across the games, I think this is one of the best ones.
Yay!
There you go. You know what I realized, Joel?
What?
You can technically actually play the new Dissidia, actually.
Ooh.
And I say that because it's free to play.
That's cool.
Free to play, quote unquote. You get access to like 3. You buy the game to get all the characters, but I think you have access to 3. I'll have to look into that eventually. And Hades technically falls in, but he doesn't die.
Well, he's a
in
god.
3. Yes. So, Joel, pick your poison. What do you want to do, Agrabah or Halloween Town first?
Ooh, see, I told you we should. I'll take a look at the levels and see what we got.
I'm like, yeah, pick your poison.
Well, then we have to do, Pride Lands.
Yeah.
You deserve it, Ryan.
It's downhill until we finally reach. Oh no, wait, we get to do Hollow Bastion one more time.
No, we don't. Oh yeah, wait, yeah, we do. We get to do the last good world before World of... Hey, Vigor, what's up?
Hi, Vigor.
Sure, you could.
Yeah, then it's all
That's why we
downhill
get to
until we get to World Never Was.
Me.
Yeah, except for Hollow Bastion, because that's the best. Because again, that takes the weirdest material and makes it work the best.
I guess I could.
It takes the most obscure material.
Yeah. You and I still need to do a commentary on that movie, Joel.
That's right, I got the DVDs.
I do too. We need to do commentaries on both of those.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done. Yeah, because which is weird because the original Tron's a relatively simple film, Joel.
I forget that. Like, I forgot, like, oh yeah, this ended pretty... Like, this ended quite quick.
Thanks again, guys. You're the best.
Ugh.
Sounds like somebody's feathers are a little wild.
So yep, downhill from here, folks. So get comfortable, get a beer, get a sandwich or something, because we're gonna be here for a bit. We got to get through this.
So where are you guys headed next?
Yep.
You know. You
And
two
then
lovebirds
I'll
seem to
skip
get
the
along
cutscenes
just
in my
fine
level 1
without us
critical
hanging
run.
around.
So you don't have to worry about me dying constantly and constantly replaying scenes. I'm not that cruel. Don't worry, I'm not that cruel. I'm cruel, but not that cruel.
Right.
Are you turkeys trying to put me out of a job?
Just kiss already.
If you keep acing every challenge, champ,
Hmm.
you'll never train.
Aw, you can't abandon me now, Phil. I gotta be at the top of my game in case Hades shows up again.
Oh yeah, Sora technically doesn't become a true hero. He still hasn't.
Come on, Phil. How about it?
He just saved the universe
Let me
2
see
times.
now. Well, you're not wise
To be fair,
enough,
he does kill himself at the end of 3.
not quite seasoned enough.
Okay, we get the hint.
He does technically.
Look, kid,
So,
it's not my call.
I think you have to be alive for that,
Because
Joel.
if it was, you'd have no problem. I'd make you all heroes.
Maybe you have to do that and survive. Maybe that's what Sora has to do. He has to save Kairi and not die doing so.
Second thought,
He did die the second time.
Still got
Yeah,
one
but
more
technically
to do.
she kind of saved herself.
Go away.
Phil.
Leave me alone.
Do we do Kingdom Hearts 3 Worlds, Cole? They're more fun and more life-like.
In 3, of course.
Remember the ending of the Toy Story World, Cole?
Remember the ending of all the worlds?
Yeah.
I even like the Monsters world.
Monsters World was fun with... I love the
It's
Toy
very
Story
fun.
World because of just how epic it is, just to see Woody and Sora. Like, that is
You mean
prime storytelling.
Yeah, and also getting to see Vanitas and young Xehanort just screw with stuff.
Yeah.
Also getting to fight the Unversed again. That was fun.
Really?
Also still around. I guess that means the Unversed are still going to be a thing post 3.
Are they?
Well, if he's around, then yeah. Remember.
Oh yeah, well, that's your speculation, Cole, not necessarily what actually is going to happen.
Well, I know that, but remember, Joel, if Vanitas is still around, then the Unversed will still be a thing if he's around, that is, which he probably will be, but...
Let's do Agrabah first. Or do you think we should do Halloween Town?
I'd just get Agrabah out of the way. I might as well.
I like the characters in Agrabah more.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty either way, Joel. The second Halloween time, it's boring, but a little more... Yeah, even Vigor's like Agrabah. Even Vigor agrees.
Alright.
And this peddler is the biggest idiot.
Yep, thanks for dooming us all.
Yeah, thanks for giving us a really boring second visit, peddler. And thanks for
Again,
leaving
then
Jafar.
again, the manga just fuses the two visits together. And it's actually a really funny moment of Sora actually using Jafar to wish them off of somewhere, and then forcing him back into the lamp. It's hilarious. That's what I really like about the manga, is that it's far more comedic.
Yeah.
Like, the comedy in the manga for Kingdom Hearts is hilarious.
Sora, don't let him get away.
I don't know why, but the camera work in this particular scene looks terrible.
What happens?
The camera work on this scene looks weird.
That remember, Joel, we're sometimes using static dialogue and whatnot. From a pictorial standpoint, too, doesn't really pick up until the world that never was.
They meant to cut corners at this part of the budget.
They probably did. Well, remember, Joel, we were supposed to have those big behemoths in the battle in that battle of 1,000 Heartless, remember?
I wish we got to see the behemoths again.
I do too.
It's strange how much I miss some of the Kingdom Hearts 1 Heartless. They were scary.
Which is funny because in the secret episode of Birth by Sleep, you fight some of them.
They were scary and they were cool looking.
Again, maybe I'll put the effort in one day to get that secret episode and do that. Vigor, so they had the Bandit Heartless show up in the flashback, but not in the game proper. Yeah, Vigor, it's incredibly strange. It's really, really strange. Maybe I'll put in the effort to get the secret episode for Birth by Sleep just to have done that. Because that makes the Heartless come back as a bigger threat, and they're scary as hell. Even Shadows apparently can one-shot you in that.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I also like the decor and the aesthetic of the Realm of Darkness.
Ooh, upgrade! Let's see if I can upgrade anything else here. Nope. Nope. Nope.
I want to synthesize some stuff from time to time, Joel.
I do, guys.
B Griff, of course they can one-shot you or based on their turret, exactly. And Joel's coming in and out again.
Uh-oh.
Hang on, you're fine, just keep
Am I
going.
coming in and
You're
out
good, you're
on
good.
the stream? On the actual, can everyone on the stream, well, B Griff, since you're the only one list here, can you hear me on this testing? Am I coming in?
Joel, fight Vexen real quick. Fight Vexen, we'll figure that out as you fight Vexen, we'll do that as a little test.
Alright.
Ow!
And Cole hurts himself.
No, a sharp thing went through the headphones, so that hurt my ear. I think your says we're coming okay, so let's do the Vexen fight, we'll see how that goes, and we'll see. I think with practice, Joel, we can get you to beat Marluxia.
Probably. Well, speaking of Marluxia, Cole, remember how we talked about how the Marluxia and Larxene should get snoked in my story?
Yeah.
Do you think people would mind if, like, how easily they get owned by Bill Cipher?
I don't think they'd mind at all.
V-Griff, how would you feel if Larxene and Marluxia got, like, owned by Bill Cipher? And by owned, I mean Bill just snaps their fingers and freezes them. Because he's that powerful.
Vigor, that's what's your favorite Digimon series? I've never seen Digimon.
Digimon
actually.
Adventures 02. That's mine. Digimon Adventures 02. I'm not sure what I'm doing, so I'm a little confused.
Just destroy the seal. Right now on his ass.
Yeah, you're probably
That's phenomenal. Yeah, exactly, Joel. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, the only one who maybe would even stand a chance against, probably Bill Cipher would maybe be Marluxia, and Marluxia didn't stand a chance against Sora.
I'm kind of playing with the idea that Naminé actually could, because she kind of has those powers over memory. So she's actually pretty powerful in the memory realm.
Why not have Naminé mindfuck Marluxia and Larxene? They are technically, if they're from cross. Oh, you did. Anyway, that'd be an interesting thing to deal with, Joel.
Well, it's kind of my idea that when, it's not that Bill just comes in and decides to do it because he wants to. He actually tricks Naminé into summoning him. It's sort of a corruption kind of situation.
Something kind of interesting about Naminé mindfucking Naminé and Marluxia. That's kind of hilarious. Kind of almost as a way of payoff too. Funny enough, actually.
I'll show you what I got. And maybe you can judge. Hang on. Let me just... Actually, let me...
I'll look at it later. I'm not looking at it right now.
Well, I'll send it to you now anyway. Uh-oh. I'm gonna head back inside, actually.
Again, focus on the here and now, Joel. Here and now.
Alright. Wait, where am I actually
Digger,
supposed to go? I
Digimon
forgot.
Adventure. Tamer's in the front. I think it's just after the palace.
I thought I was supposed to head to the desert.
Oh yeah, you are supposed to head to the desert. Sorry. Oh yeah, you gotta do that annoying ass carpet mission.
You had trouble one time because something wouldn't trigger properly. Was that me?
No, I had to figure out. I think I did. No, actually, yeah, I think you had to figure that out. It can be annoying if you don't use the right magic.
So like the idea of working with right now is like Naminé makes the Destiny Island memory world, but yet Kyrie shows up and she starts to freak out, and obviously Larxene and Marluxia are not happy, and she just finally snaps because Bill came beforehand to say, hey, you know, I'm Bill, you know, I can help you, kid. And then he summons her, and it's like...
Digger says, I don't hate O2, I just don't like the ending.
I don't remember the ending at all, so I just like a couple of the first half of that show. But it had my favorite
What
character.
is a show, Joel, that you've seen the first half of, but just don't care for the rest of?
I'm a little unsure what happened to all the carts?
Oh, it's a heartless. I mean, what's the show that you liked the first half of that was just so good, then it kind of dropped off in the second part?
I mean, I guess technically Once Upon a Time, if we're, but I love that show to death.
Other than Once Upon a Time, other than that.
I can't think of anything really.
I'm trying to think of shows that I like the first half of that I hate the second half of.
Well, to be
I feel
fair,
Fairy
like,
Tail's too easy.
well, we talk about like seasons. Like Once Upon a Time had 7 freaking seasons.
Yeah, Fairy Tail I think is too easy of an answer.
I can't think of anything in particular because I don't dedicate myself that hard to television.
Like, there we go. I will be interested to see if Vigor says I dropped off Pokemon anime sometime in the mid-first season.
I just dropped off Pokemon because it just kept going and I just lost track of it after a while.
Oh, I just now got the thing. What does IRC mean, Joel?
IIRC. I don't know. I should know this, but I don't.
I should too. Vigor says that too once it got boring.
I left after Dawn showed up.
Oh, IIRC is, if I remember correctly.
I left after Dawn showed up, and I don't know what it's still going. So I don't know. Maybe it's gotten better over the years.
It's still going. It's Pokemon, of course. It just had a movie, a live-action movie. That's apparently not terrible.
I actually saw that, and it was really good.
That's good to hear. I think that's doing large. I think Ryan Reynolds being in that helps.
Even without Ryan Reynolds, I just thought the story was pretty good. It felt like a natural, genuine Pokemon movie.
Nice.
Well, I stopped watching, well, I did all the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And I did Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, well, they did dub Season 4, sadly. I stopped watching the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series overall after 5Ds. I watched all of Bakugan. I watched...
Now what do we do?
let's see.
Nice timing, Carpet.
Can't think of anything, honestly, Cole. I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head either. Oh wait, speaking of which, no, I'll tell you one thing that I love the first half of. It wasn't a show, but it was a comic I read. It's called Girls of the Wild, and if any of you, and no one here has followed me on Twitter long enough to have seen me go on about Girls of the Wild. Oh. Eager says, I saw most of the original, dropped that at the Merrick Saga. I saw a good chunk of GX, then just dropped it completely.
Season 5 is the best season.
And Leo says, I think I saw bits of 5Ds. Nathan says, I sat through everything up until the end of 5Ds. I'm saying that right, Joel? 5Ds?
Yeah, 5Ds, you give 5Ds. There's another there was another I've seen all the original GX. I like GX's characters quite a bit. I like them more than...
Nathan says, seen all of original and GX.
The character of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX would get along with Sora great. They have that sort of same kind of personality.
As big into anime as I've been, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Were the two I missed out on.
For shame. Come on, you.
I think my first intro to anime was, I think, Dragon Ball, and then a series that I highly doubt anyone on here knows called Kenichi.
I've never seen an episode of Dragon Ball in my life.
I would watch that with you, Joel. Unfortunately, trying to do that would be a challenge all of itself. Nathan says, GX has probably the better stories and characters. Pokemon I'm still watching for some reason.
You just can't stop after a while.
Vigor says, the reason I dropped the original is because of how annoyingly preachy they were about the heart of cards.
GX has probably the most arc for characters, but the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't. Uh-oh, am I supposed to, what am I supposed to just do? Am I supposed to kill the Heartless?
So do what the information tells you to do, Joel.
The fact that Sora always manages to land right on the carpet is amazing.
I think that's part of the carpet's doing too, Joel. Vigor says, then again, it was left in the care of 4 kids. Nathan says DBZ was the first shonen I ever watched. I'm trying to think if that was the first shonen I ever watched. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't think Dragon Ball was the first shonen I watched. I want to say it was something else. Vigor's brought up 4 kids. Hey, Nate. Oh, Vigor says Yu Yu Hakusho. Ooh, that's a good one, Vigor. Really good one.
I never bothered with the whole 4 kids thing, 'cause that's the only version I saw. And I don't really care for the Japanese cut, so I don't care.
By the way, speaking of 4 kids, Nathan, why don't you run us through the whole tale of 4 kids One Piece?
What 4 kids One Piece do?
Originally dubbed One Piece.
Ah. I like their version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Nathan says Yu Yu Hakusho is great. Yeah, 4 Kids originally was the original dub of One Piece, and that's part of the reason it was so obscure in America for the longest time, because of 4 Kids. Nathan says, "Oh God, don't remind me of 4 Kids One Piece." That's part of the reason One Piece got such a late start in America.
I also really like their Sonic version, their Sonic as well.
4 Kids.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Says the only thing I like about 4 Kids is the opening song for One Piece. Yeah, that's what most anyone says about that.
Alright, I always forget what I'm supposed to do. Okay. One of these. Okay, one of these. Okay, fire.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. One Piece has been going for 20 years, right? Fire, I believe.
I am using fire.
Oh shoot. Well.
Oh, it's this thing again. No, it's fire.
Try. Fly, soar, ascend.
I know maybe I'm about to wait. Get in the middle.
Nathan
okay.
Said,
in the
Nathan
middle.
says since 1997, get in the middle.
There we go.
Nathan says 1997. So yeah, the manga's been going for 20 years.
Dang. Oh, I like their teenage. Anybody a fan of the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I never did get into Ninja Turtles.
That version of the Shredder is the best thing ever.
The only thing Hasbro related that I love to death is Transformers.
I like also G.I. Joe, but I only like the 1980s cartoon.
I saw, I think, Retribution.
Is that the second live-action movie or the first one?
The second. That's the second one. Yeah.
That was.
Vigor.
Yeah, Jump Shredder's hardcore, and I love it.
The
Same.
03 Control series was Nathan's introduction to them.
Same here.
I apologize, people. For whatever reason, my YouTube is being very dickish to me today, so I apologize if I have a hard time responding. By the way, this is to Nathan and V-Griff. Have you been having trouble with YouTube's notification systems more so recently?
Alright, okay, here we go. Alright.
Nathan says that 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was probably my favorite.
I hear it's really good. Oh, dang it. Okay, we got Blizzard, wait.
You gotta go
There we
away
go.
and shoot it, Joel.
I got it. Okay. Alright, where's this next one? Where's the other one? There's
I
some.
saw VHSs of the 87 Turtles.
Ooh, oh, I've seen some of the classic Turtles, and ooh, it's hard to watch. Like seriously, that show is actually it's hard to watch, and I feel shit. Not the 87 movie, the old cartoon.
Speaking of old ass shows, Joel, you know what another anime I have never watched?
What?
Sailor Moon.
Ooh, I used to watch it all the time as a kid.
I have never seen Sailor Moon. Here says I don't think I've had any problems with the notifications. I'll have to look into my YouTube thing because my YouTube's been acting strange recently.
I used to watch Sailor Moon all the time as a kid. That was my jam.
I need to finish Madoka Magica.
It was probably my first anime. Sailor Moon,
Nathan
Yu-Gi-Oh,
says,
Pokemon.
Sat through the first 3 seasons of the 80s one. Notifications have been fine for me. Okay, then I will definitely have to check into my thing. Nathan says I've seen a bit of Sailor Moon as a character group. I watched the show up to the Death Phantom arc.
Well, I don't remember where I left off again.
Is that Sailor Moon or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I think that's Sailor Moon.
I have to ask because I know next to nothing about Sailor Moon.
Go on.
I think the next anime I'm going to commit to watching too, other than Code Geass with you, Joel, is going to be Inuyasha. I'm going to commit to watch that. Yeah, Vigor says Sailor Moon.
I wonder how many pages of the book I actually have.
Winnie the Pooh, who knows?
I have to check later. Alright, let's go.
I don't think there's one in the world that never was. I think actually no, there might be one in the world that never was.
No, I think you finish Pooh before you get to the world that never was.
This is it?
Maybe. Vigor says, who is your least favorite Sailor Scout, Joel?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I watched the show to know who annoyed me the most. Oh, here's a fun fact. 2 of the Sailor Scouts in the original anime were a gay couple, but in the dub they're just cousins.
Where is it?
Make it even more creepy. Alright.
Yep, 4Kids, the 4Kids censoring the gay couples in anime.
Good old 4Kids. Is 4Kids even still a thing?
I have no idea.
Iago, you're supposed to be our friend, but you've been playing both sides just to make sure you save
They-
yourself.
Kids even censored One Piece. Vigor says, I remember being annoyed by your and given their overall behavior.
Yeah, boy.
Let's go.
I should also probably give in and watch Hunter x Hunter eventually. Actually, no, I shouldn't because I know it'll never finish, so scrap that. Figure 4Kids is still around, but it doesn't have the power it used to. Yeah, I imagine their reputation probably hasn't done them.
You know what show I've gotten into, Cole?
What?
The Boondocks.
That's right, you have told me about that. Isn't that the one with a lot of really funny racial commentary?
Yes, it is. I know Ian really liked it. At least the first 2 seasons.
All I remember is that guy that apparently gets possessed by someone and starts making a lot of really racist remarks in the middle of a courtroom. I think that's Boondocks.
Jason says 4Kids filed for bankruptcy in 2017.
You know, I think I do remember reading about that now that you mention that. Nathan says, I love the Boondocks, that was hilarious.
My favorite character is the granddad.
Stink Meaner was a hoot.
That from Big Boom Docs. I still have to. I'm still watching it, so I still haven't learned everything just yet.
I remember speaking of racial stuff and anime. I remember there's a video on YouTube. So Nathan and Vigor, I know you'll appreciate this. Type in on YouTube eventually. Type in the worst black guy in a Japanese dub.
Oh, that can only be beautiful. Okay, yeah.
It was beautiful because it's essentially someone. I don't know if they got an actual American for this. Probably not. They got yeah, because says he's part of the Moondocks. They got a really stereotypical actor to play a black guy speaking English in a Japanese dub, and it's the most stereotypical racist look that I could ever find, to the point where the person doing the line delivery is so bad it's hilarious.
Oh, anime and your abilities, and you're not very good at minorities.
Yeah.
Or anything Japanese, really.
Figures laughing. Yeah, look that. Figure says BRB. Yeah, that video is it's pretty funny.
By the way, I sent you the rough draft, so.
Yeah, funny enough that took. It must have been delayed because I got it. I'm like, oh, it just came now. Okay.
All right, time to go fight Jafar. I think.
Yep, and kill him for good.
My version.
Kill him for good, yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, the powers of darkness maybe. But I mean, the power of darkness brought back Ursula, so.
That is true, and they could technically bring him back with a replica.
That's true. Well, we have to still probably. I think we have to do. Are we doing Atlantica?
No.
Oh.
You could. Do y'all really want to see Sora sing?
I think he got a good voice.
Nathan saying, watching that video now, oh my OMFG, yeah, it's so bad, Nathan. I'll send you that video later, Joel. It's really, really bad.
I'm scared.
It's pretty damn funny. Oh yeah, Haley Joel Osment has a decent voice. It's just, but that such a drag.
But Ursula stuff makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. That's why I try to avoid that world as much as possible, because I'm like, this world makes everything make absolutely no sense. It's like a time paradox happened and everything just went koohickey.
I appreciate the fact, though, that at least Maleficent brings back Okie Boogie. Oh, by the way, better check, do I need to equip anything? I think I should...
For Jafar, I don't think so.
I think that'll be fine.
You should be relatively fine. Jafar, the sad part about Jafar is he's a relatively easy fight.
Just wait, Jafar.
This is Jafar. He's like second to Maleficent, and this is all he gets to do.
You fight his genie form, and he's easier in this game than he is in one. This can't be taken out of context at all. Okay. God, there's a lot of really funny outtakes from. Also, unfortunately, I've got because of the way I watch anime, I got a lot of weird anime dub recommendations on my YouTube, so I see a lot of really weird stuff.
What was that you were saying, Jafar?
Some of it's hilarious. Some of it I'm like, well, what the hell, YouTube? Thank you. The algorithm deemed I must watch this.
You'll all be joining him very soon.
Iago taking the fall.
Yep.
So we didn't have to.
He died for our sins.
Anyway, but Vigor Forest boss ever. Preach it, Vigor. Preach it.
But at least it makes things quicker for me, hopefully.
Hopefully this isn't that big of a schlock.
I don't
fighting 3.
Oh, that'd be pretty. Imagine Agrabah in 3.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, we could theoretically do Agrabah again. Look at this, and yeah. We still could do Agrabah eventually. We still have King of Thieves.
Yeah. Go for the chest.
We could. Jafar throwing buildings at you before Zemnis did. Except Zemnis does it a bit better in my opinion.
Ooh, I'm not looking forward to that boss, that's for sure.
Beaver says don't spin him. Oh yeah, that's right. If you spin him, he does the he'll do that wind thing, I think.
I thought I'm supposed to do the spinning thing. That's what they always taught me.
It's a trap!
So don't do the spinning thing? Just hit him in the gut?
You're doing fine so far. Oh, I can't wait to watch you fight Zemnis. Actually, the first Zemnis isn't really hard.
Ah, dang it.
Please tell me you didn't die.
Oh, goodness, no. I just had to deal with the spinny thing. Yeah. Although I might die if I get hit. Put like a block or something. I always forget what I'm supposed to do here.
I mean, you theoretically could.
Now I'm so far away.
You got me. Okay. That's right, copyright. Gotta work copyright. God, this is such a poorly designed boss fight.
Done.
Exactly. What a badly designed fight. Even by Q standards, this is a joke.
You know, 3 didn't have that many great boss battles, sadly.
No.
Don't mess with street rats.
Too many just giant monsters.
Huh?
Too many giant monsters.
Well, even then we didn't get a lot of unique giant monsters.
And only one Disney fight in Davy Jones. And the Titans, I guess.
The Titans and maybe the Unverse fight in the Toy Store and the Monsters World were probably the best ones.
I mean, the final boss stuff I think was pretty fun, though.
Well, yeah, everything other than Keyblade Graveyard onward.
Who's gonna fix Agrabah?
Oh yeah! Well, super duper spruced up Agrabah coming right
I'm trying to think about it. Oh, actually no, the Baymax boss fight was also pretty fun. So that was another fun Disney fight.
Yeah.
We sadly get a lot of regular actual boss fights in 3.
I think this will be the boring part of the critical run.
Yeah.
Cause I'm already bored. I'm bored. I'm sorry, people. I'm bored. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
We're bored. He's bored with the part of the game he's playing, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
I guess Agrabah's all right now.
Because yeah, this part of the game's not fun. The second half of Kingdom Hearts 2 is where 2 really falters. The second visit is what nearly drives this game to a massive halt.
But I can't do anything to help you. What kind of a friend is that?
Which is sad because I feel like having that big middle part with Hollow Bastion really helps with the pacing.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that probably would have helped 3 is having a middle world. I think you and I have said that already.
Or make Twilight Town the middle world or something. Well, I guess.
Yeah. Or have Keyblade Graveyard be the middle world.
Or find Aqua earlier on.
Yeah, because once you find Aqua, you are eventually I can't talk. You're essentially starting the gauntlet. And once you start that gauntlet, you can't stop.
Is that my cue? Am I on? Come on, Al. Let me build a freeway or something.
Actually, no, I think you can go to other worlds, I think.
Hold it any longer.
Yeah, the Aqua fight was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was fun. That was another good boss.
That was a good boss. Plus, I love the music for that fight, so that's a great fight. That's probably one of the hardest game, actually. And I feel like had I not known Aqua's moveset, I probably would have gotten my ass kicked.
I won't. And Sora, about that friend of yours, the one you're looking for?
Also, Joel, have we said this that you and I don't particularly care for the attractions?
Yeah, well, not in public. I don't.
Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I don't care for them.
There are a few good ones. I like
There are a
the
few good ones.
I like the arcade blaster.
I do too. I feel like some of them would have been better used for straight up reaction commands and making more of them just straight up just parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them don't necessarily translate too well, unfortunately. The pirate ship one, I think, should have just stayed a straight up reaction. Especially because, again, I know it's another thing camera-wise, because that thing is annoying as hell to use against just one boss.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I wish there were more just straight-up actual boss battles, because using those against just regular enemies is pretty pointless.
I mean, do you think that's something we're gonna have trouble with, just overall, Cole, as we get to more modern-day Disney movies that don't really have traditional Disney villains?
Not even that, because I feel like if you designed the right amount of Heartless, because actually, Joel, if you think about it, 3 doesn't have a lot of specifically designed boss Heartless.
That's true.
And Vigor says, or heavily nerf the shit. Exactly, Vigor. But then the problem is, why use it? Yeah, there are not a lot of specifically designed boss creatures in the game. Even for the Unverse, there's one designed Unverse boss, and I don't even know if there's a designed Nobody boss.
I don't think we fight any nobody bosses.
I don't think we do, other than Organization, but...
Does Kingdom Hearts 2 even have that many nobody bosses, apart from the actual organization members, obviously?
No, it has one. It has Twilight Thorn.
I always found that strange.
I did too. That was another part of 2 I always found strange, is that we had no other straight-up nobody bosses.
Perfect timing, gentlemen.
It's always the Heartless.
And we had very few nobody enemies, and it took 3 to give us more.
Must belong to Sandy Claus, so I thought I'd better return them.
Maybe the idea is nobodies are more unique, while Heartless are just everywhere.
I think that's supposed to be the idea.
Christmas fantasies, you know that.
Yeah, the year's correct. There isn't any nobody bosses in 3. Yeah, I thought that was the case.
But you thought you'd hold on to the sea.
And again, there's only one Unverse boss in 3, and that's in the Monsters Inc. world.
It's funny how the Unversed and the Heartless get to have the variety, but the nobodies kind of don't.
It's really strange because we get 2 new nobody enemies, but no bosses.
Okay.
Unless you count the Berserker or the Sorcerer. Yeah, I don't. And technically the Sorcerer in the Cavern of Remembrance is a lot harder in this game than it is in 3.
If you want, Cole, you can read my thing and just give me some feedback here and now. Something to talk about.
Wherever did you find these?
In Halloween Town. You'll be needing them for Christmas, right, Sandy?
Also, I will say I like the ideas of the magic system. Again, I feel
Just a few.
I feel like a lot of problems with 3's a lot of 3's gameplay issues. Part of it is enemy variety being very. Vigor says 3 really spoiled its audience. Yes, it did, Vigor. Yes, it did.
Still wearing the outfit, I
For worse.
Just thought I'd dress for the
Maybe it wanted to. Maybe it was trying to be as mainstream as possible, because it was like here's the Kingdom Hearts game that actually matters after 20 freaking years of nothing.
I think that was the.
Very well.
I feel like while he did do that, he really went overboard with it.
Donald, Goofy, we're off.
I mean, Joel, think of it this way. I didn't die in normal mode until I got to the final bosses.
That is true.
I didn't die at all until I got to the final boss. And it mode for 3 to have difficulty, but insane difficulty.
Insane.
If you really want to see how awfully difficult 3's critical is, just check my channel. There's plenty there.
I'm almost
I
afraid to
stopped
do a
playing it because I wasn't in.
Yeah.
I stopped playing it because I wasn't enjoying it. I'm like, okay, this is overly taxing.
I'm sure we'll get some. I can't wait for the patches though.
Yeah. Again, the difficulty, I agree with you, Joel. That's something that can be fixed in patches, but it needs to be rebalanced. 3 really needs it.
I actually forgot where were we doing again. Are we going
You gotta go
outside?
make presents.
Oh, I thought we had to go.
Presents.
Okay, we're gonna make presents.
Go make presents. How long was 3 in development? It was in development ever since 2014.
No way.
That's how long 3 was in development.
So you 3 took them.
Oh, that's right, you gotta deal with these twerps first, Joel.
Stole the presents, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
3 was in development, and I remember it because that's when 3 started development. And that's when we got the E3 trailer, and I remember that because that's when Versus 13 was announced to be 15. 3 was announced at the same time Versus 13 became 15. And that was in 2014, I believe. And I remember that well.
You remembered it well.
I remember because I was watching that. I was watching that stream. I wish I recorded my reaction to 3 being announced.
I think we all remember.
The noise that came out of my mouth when I saw that, it was beautiful.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
But also remember, at the same time, Nomura was also developing 15.
Those were the days.
Yeah, and he eventually left the development of that officially to work on 3. That's the official story, and maybe it is the official, maybe it is the real story. Who knows?
People love drawing the Kingdom Hearts characters in the Halloween Town garb.
Yeah, it's pretty good too. Digger says, yet not all that time, not for all that time, not once did any question the problems that popped up and bothered to fix them. I'm not all that happy with Square. Can't completely blame them more. Oh no, you're completely right, Digger.
Didn't they get a new CEO recently?
Yes, that not too. Yes, actually, funny story, and here's something I can talk about. I believe Final Fantasy 14 might have that.
What?
Did I never tell you that story, Joel?
Nope.
So, for those of you who don't know, Final Fantasy 14 is an MMO. Final Fantasy 11.
Cutting out a bit.
14. Am I here?
Yeah, here.
Final Fantasy 14 was released in 2010. So that was about 9 years. And when it came out, it was critically panned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to the point everyone who played it said the game was terrible. Very few people were happy with it, and Square was not particularly happy with it either. Well, we come to find out many years later, when the development of that was unearthed, mind you, but originally they had placed an overemphasis on that game with graphical quality over everything else. And let me put it to you this way, to anyone watching the stream, and also Joel, if you place graphical quality first in your MMO, you are essentially killing your MMO on day one.
Oh, dang.
Essentially.
Am I supposed to go back in and get the presents now?
You're supposed to, I believe, I talked to Santa, I believe.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
And then, what ended up happening after that, Square fired the original designer and director of 14. And they placed another placed a director of one of the Dragon Quest games on it.
Ooh.
And he ended up completely turning the game around. However, mind you, he could not completely turn the game around as it was. The game was in the development, the design, and the script and the engine were so critically flawed that the only way for them to fix it was to essentially rebuild the entire game. Viger says this was a nasty mindset in the late 2000s to 2010s. Looking at you, Final Fantasy 13. That's another. Yeah, exactly. And funny enough, Vigriff, Final Fantasy 14 used the same engine as Final Fantasy 13, Crystal Tools, which was not designed to be built for an MMO. So, because they used an engine and developed it in a way, the game was so fundamentally flawed that you had to start from scratch, and that's exactly what they had to do. So they eventually ended the original version of 14, closed its servers, and restarted the 14 we have today, which is now Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn. That has been commercially successful and critically successful. Susanna Livingston, what's up?
Hello. I don't know who you are, but hello.
So essentially, and 14 is still going strong. It just got its third expansion pack, actually. But I believe, Joel, that all that chaos with 14 at the time might have led to that CEO stepping down.
Yikes.
Because 14's original release essentially doomed a large part of Square's finances.
I heard the new CEO
took a plunge on their.
Oh no, keep going. Sorry.
That, long story short, the original version of 14 pretty much took a massive toll on Square's financial structure.
I heard the new CEO is better though.
Yes, they had to. They had nowhere to go but up, Joel. But yes, Vigriff was absolutely right. That was a really, really bad mindset for them to have, and it's one that essentially doomed the first part of 14. And believe me, I played the original version of 14. It was not good. It just wasn't fun to play.
Oh
just
boy.
in any phase of imagination. And I played the new version of 14, and the new version is a lot of fun to play.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's kind of, yeah, Square's also had some issues of its own, Joel. And as leading into.
It's not just Nomura.
No, well, Nomura has...
He's a symptom.
Nomura has its own problems.
He's a symptom, not the problem.
Yeah. Yes,
Hello?
Nomura's a huge. It's definitely that's actually a great way of phrasing it, Joel. And you know what, Joel? Remember how I said for so long I was surprised that they let Nomura do half the stuff he does?
Yeah.
But then I saw the whole thing with Anthem, and I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I can believe it.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, Joel, EA essentially paid BioWare to make nothing for 5 years.
Yep.
That's essentially what BioWare was doing. And when EA's like, so, 5 years later, so, what do you got? BioWare's like,
Such a nice present. Jack.
Oh, man. I find video game development just and stuff like that, I find that just kind of inherently fascinating. Also, funny thing, apparently back in the when that person, I forget the person's name, was turning 14 around, apparently one of the MMOs people played for 14 to try to get an idea of what to make was EverQuest. So the guy said, well, no, forget that, go play some modern World of Warcraft. And that was a good. Vigor says, I'm surprised that EA hasn't gone bankrupt at this point. What their current behavior at all? It's interesting you bring that up, Vigriff, because that's been a question that's been passed around a lot recently. Is why is EA still as successful as it is? Have I even talked to you about this, Joel?
Maybe a little bit, but Not in depth, at least I don't think you have.
EA, we have to bear one thing in mind when we talk about EA. They have a really bad reputation. That much is true. And when it comes to Star Wars and all that, they're not held in a particularly good light. But there are two key things we have to remember when we deal with EA. EA essentially has a monopoly when it comes to sports games. They have control over Madden and they have control over FIFA, to which no other sports game can really hold a candle to. And that sinks a lot of money in their pocket just through sales and microtransactions alone. And it's also to the point where the people who play a lot of the sports teams are pretty casual, are casual in the gaming industry. And EA has yet to do anything to majorly piss those people off. And not only that, EA also owns The Sims.
I love The Sims.
So that's another nice chunk of money that goes right into EA's account. So even though they can take stock plunges, they're not particularly hurting, because as long as they've got Madden, FIFA, and Sims, they'll sit pretty much regardless of how much of a reputation tank they take.
Sports. Once again ruining the nerd stuff. It's the dawn of time.
Pretty much. Unless EA somehow pisses those people off.
You'd think there'd be more casual Star Wars fans out there with in terms of gamers. I guess they screwed the pooch on that.
Yeah, I think they didn't realize what a casual Star Wars fan. And you know what's funny about that, Joel?
What?
I think for them they overgeneralized when they thought casual Star Wars fan.
Or just a casual gamer.
Yeah, that too.
I didn't know casual gamers would play sports games.
Oh, Joel, you have no idea.
Or The Sims.
You have no idea. But remember, Joel, casual gamers to them does not always mean just people who play just a game or two. To them, a casual gamer is also just people who play Call of Duty. Some people just play sports games, and some people just play The Sims. I have friends who just play The Sims but don't play any other games. But they will play The Sims every day.
Doesn't EA own both Call of Duty and Battlefield?
No, they do not own Call of Duty. Activision owns Call of Duty. That's Sony's department.
Okay.
D-Grip, I don't care all that much about most sports games. I don't either, but there is a large sect of there is a large audience for that, which EA plays to.
Now, Jack.
My idiot cousin, on the other hand.
I've got it all figured out.
Oh, we all got them cousins, don't we, Joel?
Well, it is the general audience that matters more, as I always say.
Yep, and that has always proven true. They've always managed to play to that. Shady business practices aside. Right, but unless you use people, EA is going to sit pretty regardless. So EA is going to be around unless they somehow piss those people off. They somehow managed to piss the Battlefield people off. And Ian is not sitting too well recently either. Vigor, how were they able to muffle Jack? He's a skeleton.
Well, vocal cords.
He's a skeleton, Joel. Joel, do you know how a skeleton works?
But this is a magic skeleton.
Gotcha. Huh?
I do like the whole thing with this experiment. I think the concept of this experiment is kind of interesting. I like this boss. I do too, Digger. It's a lot harder than the Jafar one. Not that much harder, but it's a little bit harder. I remember, Joel, one of the things you have to do to platinum this game, you have to do the Mushroom 13 stuff.
Oi. Wait, I'm not gonna
about that. Huh?
Oh,
What's wrong?
hang on, this stupid thing.
See, now this is a better designed boss fight.
Cause it's hard, and I don't remember how to actually beat it.
Also, I hear Apex Legends is sitting pretty still.
That's good.
You and I should play more Fortnite eventually. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. I'm concentrating, sorry. There we go.
No, believe me, you need to concentrate.
There you get. Oh yes, I'm probably gonna have to, after we do this set of worlds, we're probably gonna have to break. Hey, I'm gonna probably have to grind a lot before the final world.
You are very right. I'm not worried about Zigbar, Joel. I am worried about Roxas.
Roxas even on normal mode is a pain. Like, I haven't leveled up my drives at all. Well, actually, no, that's not true. They aren't, like, level 1, but they're definitely...
Yeah, and plus, once you fight Roxas, that's when you'll immediately have access to, you'll have access to Final Form.
Yeah.
When you fight Roxas, I'll show you how to do that, and I guess we'll show the rest of the people who watch us.
Did you look at what I sent you yet?
I've been talking, Joel. I haven't had a chance to. I will look at it off air, don't worry.
Oh, wouldn't you want to give your analysis on air for just got open forum discussion?
Nice try.
Sandy Claus?
Yes, all that poor puppet wanted was a heart.
I love how Jack calls Santa Sandy Claus.
Ho, ho, ho!
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just yawned.
You're right, Joel. This part of the game is a bit of a slog.
Interesting.
One more to go. One more to go, and then we're good.
On its own. In other words, my experiment was an overwhelming success.
You might want to level up your forms before you do the third Hollow Bastion visit.
That's quite possible. Unlike my Sally, it wasn't equipped with a heart.
You want to call it here for now, Joel?
Why was it going around
You want?
stealing Christmas presents?
What do you think, Cole? Do you want to power through Pride Lands, or do you want to just call it?
Let's call it here for now. Why don't we have you, in the meantime, train up?
Well, I'm not going to do that after. I want to go back to my computer. I got stuff to do.
Well, I mean later.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why you want to power up now, Joel. Because at this point, well, I say that, because as soon as I think you hit Pride Land, Radiant Garden gets a lot more harder. So training there's going to be a bit more of a pain.
All right.
It's about what's inside the box.
Oh, here comes the creepy part.
No, Sora.
Oh yeah.
Really counts. What's really
Sora
special.
starts borderlining something that we shouldn't talk about on air.
Wonder what Freud would think of what Sora's thinking about here.
Of course.
Wouldn't it have something to do with the mother, though?
Right. Wait,
Well, I mean, we never see Sora's mother, so who
feels so
knows?
strange. So very happy.
Maybe this is what Kingdom Hearts is all about. It's just Sora trying to get back to his mother.
This wonderful feeling.
My version is.
Oh,
Hopefully less creepy than what Freud probably had in
nicest
mind.
present in the world, and I've nothing to give you in return. What would you like? Just name it.
I love
I
how we
mean-
just go to Freud.
Anything.
It could have been worse, Cole. You could have had Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, Nominee, and Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku dancing.
Oh, yeah. Beaker says that poor woman, yeah. Seriously, Sora had to have been grounded for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that 3 still doesn't do anything with that.
A real present after all.
It's like the running joke at this point. A very dark running joke, but still a running joke.
Exactly.
That's what made it so hard to decide.
Please tell me that the nominee we get in 3 is the older nominee.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. So her and Riku being a thing isn't going to be that creepy. That's good.
I'm pretty certain.
Joel's like, I'm pretty certain. I think. Maybe.
That scene though with Riku, he's like, he got the Prince Charming face.
Beager says it's not particularly funny. I mean, when you take it in the context that they have essentially abandoned their parents to just go to worlds unknown that Riku kind of talked them into, yeah, not really. Especially when, actually, doesn't Sora technically have a father? Didn't Birth by Sleep confirm that as well?
What?
Didn't Birth by Sleep confirm that Sora does have a father in his life?
Yes.
You know what, Joel? Let's power through Lion King. Why not?
Are you sure? I was ready. I mean, I got a thing at 6, so.
Oh, do you?
Oh, hang on.
There's a world that never was. And it really never was.
And there's something funny about Twilight Town.
Joel?
I'm listening.
It's another huge energy reading, and it's coming from someplace near the town.
Oh, that's right. You got to do the whole. You got to go through Twilight Town. You have to do all. Yeah.
There's some big trouble brewing around Twilight Town.
I mean, if we could always do Pride Lands, Hollow Bastion, and then Twilight Town all at once. Let me see. Okay, so World There Was level 50. We are.
Actually, that's probably a good idea, Joel, because the world that never was is going to probably take a bit.
It's gonna be a whole video onto itself, especially for Roxas and how many times we're gonna.
Or 2 even.
Yes.
Remember, because you also have Sayax and you also have Luxor to deal with.
Yeah, and I'm only level 46. Level 50 is like
and plus
the
you need to get
recommended.
final form.
And this is recommended level 50.
Yeah.
See, I don't think Hollow Bastion is. No, Hollow Bastion is not opened yet for the next.
It's Hollow Bastion at the. Okay, no, so. You could theoretically. Okay, yeah, okay, so the whole I think you have to do Pride Lands for the.
To unlock Tron. It's funny, by now you could actually just skip all this, and technically you could go straight to Twilight Town, and then.
I did originally. When I first played through 2, I didn't even realize there was another Tron thing.
Yeah, I don't think I did that either.
I didn't even realize that Hollow Bastion was originally called Radiant Garden until like another later down the line.
Yeah, so I guess we'll call it quits for tonight, folks. We're doing a little.
Yeah, we got through the slogs. We got through the 2 worlds that are probably the biggest slogs.
Yeah, so this one will be a little bit of a slog, but it'll be fine. And then we'll get to some fun with Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, I mean, Pride Lands will be a little bit of a slog, but the boss fight in that world's kind of fun.
And then, you know, we'll do Twilight Town by the end, and then I will probably stop. We'll probably stop by the time we get to the world that never was.
Yeah, we might fight Roxas. Might have you try to fight Roxas.
Well, I need to power up like a lot.
Yeah.
Probably start doing that right now, actually.
You probably want to start doing that. I would at least level up your other drive forms while you're at it. So
I'll start logging us out, folks. This was fun. I don't know when we'll do it next. I don't know when we'll do it next time. But until next time, may your heart.
It'll probably be sometime next week.
Yeah, more or less. But until then, folks, may your heart be your guiding key.